The German government has commenced the official repatriation of 1,130 looted Benin bronzes to Nigeria. The German Minister of Foreign Affairs symbolically handed over 22 of the 1,130 looted artifacts to her Nigerian counterpart Geoffrey Onyema and the Minister of Information and Culture Alhaji Lai Mohammed at a historic ceremony in Abuja. The event was witnessed by the German Minister of State for Culture, German ambassador to Nigeria, and over 50 top government officials from Germany. Minister of Information and Culture Alhaji Lai Mohammed said the event would remain indelible in the history of mankind, as Germany had blazed the trail in doing right to return the looted artifacts. He said the federal government had embarked on infrastructure development in and around the National Museum in Benin City to ensure proper preservation of the artifacts. He called on other nations, institutions, museums and private collectors still holding onto Nigerian antiquities to release them. He particularly called on the British Museum to release the more than 900 Benin bronzes in its hold.
20 years ago, even 10 years ago, nobody could have anticipated these bronzes returning to Nigeria, because the obstacles to achieving repatriation were seemingly insurmountable. But today, with the pioneering gesture of a friendly nation, Germany, the story has changed. The negotiations were not as easy as things look today. They were stormy at times, but the sincerity of the Germans played a big role in resolving knotty issues. Because of what Germany has done, negotiations with other nations, institutions and museums for repatriation of the Benin bronzes in their possession became swifter. This will be in addition to the infrastructural developments that have been initiated by other stakeholders in Nigeria and the immense support of foreign partners, particularly Germany. Easily, Benin City will become a cultural hub for Africa. A year has rolled by since Nigeria submitted an official letter to the British Museum demanding the return of Nigerian antiquities in this museum. Yet there has been no reply of any kind. I visited in July this year, hoping that the success recorded with the Germans will nudge the British Museum to do what is right. But I met a brick wall. The British Museum and all those holding on to our artifacts must understand that repatriation is a cause which time has come.
In the same vein, his foreign affairs counterpart said Germany and Nigeria had set a standard for the rest of the world to follow.
The important thing is that what you have done has an impact for over 300 million people, Germany and Nigeria, and really sets a standard and for the rest of the world to follow. You know, in 1977, we decided to host here, well, in Lagos actually, the World Black Arts Festival of Arts and Culture called Festac, you know, and we had a mask that we wanted to use as the face, literally and figuratively, of Festac 1977. It was a historical event globally, you know, for all those of African origin. And, but guess what? We couldn't use the original mask that we intended to for Festac. Why? Because it's in a museum in the United Kingdom, in Britain. And we asked, at least lend it to us, even though it belongs to us. And guess what? The answer was no. So we had to have a replica made of the Festac mask that we used, you know, for what became a really historical event.
For her part, the German Foreign Affairs Minister said the German government found it imperative to return the bronzes.
What we are returning is a part of your history. What we are returning is a part of who you are. I think as Germans and Europeans, we should really pause for a moment and reflect on what this actually means. What it means not to have crucial part of your history with you, but to have it taken from you. Today, we are here to return the Benin bronzes to where they belong, to the people of Nigeria. We are here to right a wrong. Officials from my country once bought the bronzes knowing that they had been robbed and stolen. After that, we ignored that Nigeria's plea to return them for a very long time. It was wrong to take them, but it was also wrong to keep them. This is a story of European colonialism. It is a story in which our country played a dark role, causing tremendous suffering in different parts of Africa. The return of the bronzes today is therefore a crucial step towards addressing this chapter in the way that it should be addressed.
Similarly, the German Minister of State for Culture said they had closed their eyes for too long, refusing to recognize the injustice surrounding the bronzes on display in their museums and keeping them in storage for so many years.
By returning the bronzes, we want to make a statement. We believe that everyone has the right to experience their cultural heritage where it originated, in its homeland. Because heritage is handed down from generation to generation and on into the future.